You were sitting in a beautiful luxury car with your sister in law Susie, who had just finished the entire day of her wedding shopping. The backseat was stuffed with shopping bags, delicate pastel dresses, silk scarves, and shining boxes which were filled with jewelry. Ah, Oni, my feet are dying. You chuckled, brushing your hair behind your ear. Yeah, we did a lot of shopping today. Even my shoulders are hurting now. Susie grinned, turning towards you. But thank you for helping me with the jewelry. I wouldn't have figured it out alone. You smiled gently. No problem, Susie. It is your big day after all. She giggled. The bond between you, Jungkook, had grown naturally ever since you married to Jungkook, the man everyone feared, yet the one who looked at you like you hung the moon. The car cruised down the main road. You were leaning your head against the window, lost in thoughts of Jungkook. He had called you so many times already today. It is more than 20, according to your phone screen. You could imagine his deep voice scolding you for being out late again. He always gets mad when you reach home late. While you were lost in your own thoughts, Susie gasped, Hey driver, please stop the car. The driver instantly pressed the breakers and gave her a confused look through the rearview mirror. You looked at her startled. What happened, Susie? Susie pointed outside excitedly. Oni, look, there is a ramen store. Let's eat ramen. I heard this ramen is very delicious. You frowned and followed her gaze across the street, a small roadside stall under dim lit street. No, it is already late, Susie. Europa called me 20 times. You know how mad he gets? She pouted dramatically, grabbing your arm. Please, please, Oni, it won't take long. I promise. Just one bowl. I'm starving. You said, rubbing your forehead. But you know Europa. He won't tolerate if we. Please, I will say that I insisted you. Now get down, please. You looked at her for a moment and then letting out a sigh, you said, Okay, fine, let's go. She squealed and opening the door, she started dragging you out. But she never listened. She pulled you towards the stall. The driver parked the car to the side, shaking his head at how childishly you were dragging. She giggled and said excitedly, Why, Anya, sit down. You sighed and sat on a small plastic stool under the orange glow of the stall's lantern. The Juma behind the counter smiled warmly, looking at both of you. Susie nodded eagerly. Yes, two ramen, please. She said, slipping on the stool beside you. You shook your head. No, no, I'm not hungry. Just one for her. Susie turned to you with puppy eyes. Why, Anya, you sure? It smells so good. You smiled faintly. You eat, I'm not hungry. She said and asked the man to prepare one ramen for her. You smiled lightly and glanced at the mobile screen. You gulp, it's been 3 hours since you both came out for shopping and you knew Jungkook was not going to tolerate this. He never let you go out alone. Susie insisted him that she needed your help in shopping, and you also said that you needed to buy his wedding dresses. That's why he agreed. But while you both were leaving, he had mentioned in clear words that you could have returned within an hour. The man served the ramen to Susie, and she started slurping happily. This is so good. My college friends were right. This is the best ramen I have ever eaten. Hey Vayanya, you should try also. You quickly shook your head with a smile. No, 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 you eat. We are already late. Susie was about to reply when a voice suddenly interrupted, deep, confident, and too familiar. Susie? You turned startled. You saw Gayong, Susie's fiance. He was tall and handsome. He was wearing a white shirt with beige jacket on it. Susie Raymond struck me throat as she saw him. She quickly jumped up from the stool and pulled him. Ah, what a great surprise. What are you doing here? He chuckled. I was just passing by. Didn't expect to see you here. Then his gaze shifted towards you, his eyes brightened up. You stood up with an awkward smile and saturating your dress. You quietly bowed. Hi, Kayong. He smirked, pulling back. Wow, you look so beautiful as always. Jungkook Oppa must keep you happy. You forced a light smile. Thank you, but we were just leaving. Susie, your Oppa has been calling a lot. Susie looked at her phone and gasped. Oh, Mo, you are right. We are late. Yeah, come, let's go, you said nervously while trying to guide her away. See you soon, fiance. The way he said your name made your heart race. You didn't turn, and opening the car door, you sat inside. As the driver started the car, Susie leaned against the seat, shyly happily. He looks so handsome. I'm so excited. Your stomach churned with discomfort. You tried to smile, but your mind was elsewhere. You turned to her hesitantly. Susie, do you really like him? She blinked surprised. Of course, if I ain't like him, why would I agree to marry him? I like him since college days. He's really a good guy. By the way, why did you ask? You gulped with a light smile. Just make sure he loves you the same way, okay? She laughed lazily, brushing your concern off. You worry too much. Going is perfect. You nodded with a light smile and looked out the window. June mansion. You both reached the mansion. It was quiet, almost too quiet. The sound of your heels against the marble floor echoed through the grand hallway. And then you saw Jungkook. He was sitting on the black leather chair near the window. His long legs were crossed. The sleeve of his black shirt were rolled up, and his dark eyes were fixed on you. He was looking calm, but dangerously calm, the kind that made your heart skip a beat. Susie instantly froze behind you as she saw her brother. Opa, I'm tired. I think I'll go rest now. Before you could even react, she gave you a tiny apologetic pout and darted towards her room, leaving you standing alone in that of the front of Jungkook. You swallowed her, lowering your gaze. Jungkook, actually, we bought a lot of things, and Susie left hungry, so she. You looked up and held up to gulp down. His eyes didn't move away from you, not even for a second. He stood up slowly and started walking towards you. He stopped in front of you. You know I can't live without you even for a second, and you literally came after 3 hours, Ryan. Care to explain? You bit your lip, guilt was written all over your face. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to worry you. He said, and then his expression softened. Hey, don't melt my heart with the cute and innocent face of yours. He murmured, brushing a strand of hair from your face. Your cheeks turned red as you looked into his dark eyes. A quiet laugh escaped his lips, though his tone was still low and serious. You really don't know what you do to me. Next time, don't worry me like that again, he whispered. You nodded shyly. Okay, I promise, he smiled. The next morning, Jungkook had already left for his work. You were still half asleep, comfortably lost in dreams, when the bedroom door creaked open. Vayania, her soft voice called. You stirred lightly but didn't wake up. She peeked inside, holding her mobile phone up high. She was on a video call, whispering into it excitedly. See, Kaoyang, she's sleeping like a baby. When she wakes up, I will ask her to talk to you. No, how can I trust you? Show me, I wanna see if she's sleeping or not. He began insisting with a fake cute pout. Susie sighed and turned the mobile phone towards you. He gulped and then said, Wow, how one can look so beautiful. Before he could say further, your eyes fluttered open. His eyes were straight right in front of you through the camera. Your heart jumped in shock. You immediately colored the fabric closer to your chest and sat up. Your voice was trembling. Susie, what are you doing? Huh? She blinked confused. You reached forward and pushed the mobile phone away. Turn it off, Susie. She frowned, startled by your reaction, then looked at the screen and realized. Gayeng, I will call you later, okay? You exhaled, wiping the sweat from your forehead. Susie looked at you with concern. What happened? Susie, you shouldn't show me like that. I was sleeping. She pouted innocently. Oh, come on, Oni. He wanted to say hi. You looked away. It doesn't matter. It was not right. She blinked clearly, not understanding your uneasiness. Fine, don't get mad. No, get up. Let's have breakfast together. The cook made pancakes. Yeah, okay, I will join you in a bit. She giggled and stepped out of the room. As she left, you glanced at your hand, sighed heavily. You didn't know why, but your heart wouldn't stop racing. The image of crying eyes on the phone screen lingered in your mind like a dark shadow. You never got a good vibe. After a while, you were placing the dishes on the dining table one by one. Jungkook was sitting at the head of the table. His dark eyes followed your every movement without a word. Susie was halfway through her meal when the doorbell rang. The maid opened the door and a familiar voice hit your earlobe as the person stepped into the dining room. Oh my Gayang, you here? She squealed and jumped up from her chair. Jungkook tightened, saying Gayang while you smiled. Jungkook didn't want Susie to marry him, but she insisted. Jungkook had to agree, but still he always acted cold with Gayang as he didn't like him. Good evening, Hyungmin. Jungkook didn't bother to answer and went on eating. Susie, who was always oblivious to the situation, got up. Jungkook rolled his eyes and slamming his spoon on the table, he said, Susie, he is not your husband. She pouted. Oh, but don't be so old fashioned. You tried to smile, hoping to dissolve the awkward air. But then Gaying's attention turned towards you. Hi, Vansi. You hesitated. Oh, hello. Jungkook had tightened around his chopstick. A sound left his throat, almost a growl. Susie waved happily. Come sit and have dinner with us. He chuckled and took the seat beside her. Why not? Dinner dragged slowly. Jungkook stayed silent through most of it. Then, after a while, his mobile phone vibrated and he excused himself. I have a meeting today in the study, he said and left. Susie also finished her meal and said that she needed to take a shower before dessert. Within minutes, you were alone in the kitchen, cleaning up and boiling water for tea. The house was quiet. Then you heard footsteps. Hey, sweetie, a voice said. You froze, turning around. You saw Gayang. He was standing in the doorway. Your brows furrowed. Excuse me? You are so beautiful, you know that? I was thinking. With all your strength, you hurried upstairs. You ran to Jungkook's study room and pushed the door open. Everyone inside, Jungkook and his men, looked up. Your face was pale and your tear-stained eyes met his. Jungkook's expression changed instantly from confusion to alarm. Wyan, you stumbled towards him. Your breath was uneven. Jungkook, this was all you managed before sobs broke free. He stiffened. Everyone out. His voice turned hard with anger but laced with fear. The men exchanged looks, then quickly left, closing the door behind them. No, it was just the two of you. Tell me what happened. He shook your head, trembling. He frowned deeply. His brushed away a tear. It was Kayong. Jungkook didn't let you finish. He had dropped to the side with his fist clenching. For a long moment, he said nothing. Then he looked at you and said, You are safe now. His hand moved slowly through your hair. Just then the door opened and Susie rushed in. Her jaw dropped seeing you crying. Oppa, what is happening? She froze at the doorway with her eyes widened. Jungkook looked up at her and said, She's not okay. Suzy covered her mouth, stepping back in a disbelief. No, Oppa. Before Jungkook could reply, the sound of hurried footsteps echoed in the corridor and Gayeng appeared in the doorway, breathless. The sight that met stopped him in his tracks, shoe trembling in Jungkook and Jungkook's glare burning through him like fire. Suzy looked at Gayeng with teary eyes and hearing you crying heavily, she turned to him. You cheated me all this time. You were lying to me. I trusted you, but you. Jungkook couldn't see that anymore. You kept slightly, Suzy cried louder. Seeing her breaking down, you walked to her and wrapped your arms around her. Kayan couldn't even look up for once. He then called his men, who came without wasting a second. Two of his men came and from outside the study bunked slightly and then they grabbed Kayang. As he was pulled out, Suzy sobbed. I'm sorry, Uni. I didn't know. I really thought he was good. You stroked your hair softly. It is not your fault, Suzy. Jungkook stepped closer, his expression softened. He looked at both of you. He sighed quietly, then placed his strong arms around you both. Nothing will happen to you until I am here, I promise. Suzy cried harder while you looked up at Jungkook here and he smiled faintly.